let's get something out of the way. You see this? This is a fever blister. And no, you're not going to get one by watching the video, so don't worry about that. Let's just forget about this, okay? As a lot of you know, one of the things that we do here in our business is photography work, and we've actually been pretty busy here lately doing some event type of photography. And when we do this, it have like a lot of pictures to go through, and everything from sorting to editing just takes a lot of time. And there's a lot of shortcuts that I can do with editing and different things on the keyboard. And I've done that for years and it's worked, but it still kind of takes up a lot of time. You're fumbling with the keyboard back and forth and it's just not very intuitive. So a company reached out to me. The company's name is TourBox, and they wanted to know if they could send me one of these. This isn't an unboxing video. I've actually been using this for a good little while now with some of my batch editing. So this is really my opinion of how this has worked for me. This has really kind of changed the way that I do batch editing. Now on just a regular day, if I just do a few pictures of something, I don't use one of these. It really doesn't make sense to use it that much. But whenever I'm doing a lot of batch editing, this thing has really saved me time. And it's very easy to use. It takes a little bit of practice just remembering the buttons. But the beauty of this is there are presets that they give you for Photoshop, for different editing softwares that you can use. But even though they have the presets, you can look at them and see what all of the buttons work for. What I have used it most is actually setting up my own custom layout on this. And it's easy to do basically for any software that you want. So basically whenever I create a preset, if I hit this button, it will actually tell me in the TourBox software what that does. And then I can go in and I can edit that. So if I want this button to mimic the space bar, all I have to do is press this button, then go in to edit that and tell it to use the space bar. The same goes for the dial. For all of these buttons, has the little up, down, left, and right little arrow keypad here, and the two buttons here on the side, another dial, a scroll wheel, and even a button on the side. So if I'm not mistaken, you can do 16 different inputs with this. That is not even counting like double pressing or anything like that. So you can do a lot of custom presets with this. For instance, with Photoshop, you can use this just like you do the scroll wheel on your mouse. You can zoom in and out with this. You can turn the dial to increase your brush size. You can even use like a dial here to rotate your canvas if you want. It's really limitless what you can do with this thing. I actually set up this so whenever I press this button, it runs an action that I made myself in Photoshop, and then I can actually tell it to save and close the file simply from this. Whenever I'm using Adobe Bridge and I'm sorting photos, I actually have this set up where I can actually just hit a button here to give it like a 5-star rating or 4-star rating. I have this completely customized just the way that I like it. This doesn't just pertain to photo editing. Whether you're video editing, audio editing, or pretty much any other type of software that you use. If you use inputs from your keyboard, you can actually save those as presets to this TourBox. So anything you do on the keyboard, you can do with this thing. This is just a much more intuitive way to edit. You don't have to fumble around with keys. You can actually do pretty much everything one-handed with this TourBox, and so far it has really saved me time. If you're interested in one of these, I will leave links down in the description below this video where you can pick one up. In fact, you can actually save $10 if you use a coupon code that they gave me for you guys. That will all be down in the description below. That's pretty much it. I just wanted to share with you how I use this with my business and how it has saved me time. Thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And until next time, God bless.